Today we're going to talk about how to create a classroom for Google Classroom as a teacher. We are also going to talk about how to create an assignment and how to create an announcement within Google Classroom. So once I log into Google, you'll select the sign in option, and you're going to use your CUSD administered account. So it's your first and last name at clovisusd.k12.ca.us. It's going to bring me to this sign right here, and you're going to sign in just like you would logging into your school administered computer. I'm going to select login, and once I've logged in, I will type into the URL classroom.google.com. Within this classroom, you can see that I have different classes either that I'm enrolled in or I oversee. If I select the menu bar up here, you're going to see that for teaching, I have 5 classes that I'm overseeing and teaching, but I also have 2 classes that I'm participating in. If I want to create a new class, all I do is select the plus button up here, create class, title my class, select create, and I'm going to find that I have a blank class started for me. To then enroll in a class, students would receive this class code right here, and in the same way you selected that plus button in the beginning to create your class, if you wanted to join a class, you would put that class code in right here and the student would be enrolled. As the teacher, I'm going to walk you through and show you what my class would look like. So for example, if I take my Honors English class, you can see if I select right here, select students, I can find all the students that are enrolled in my class in alphabetical order. Students must use their student administered account from Clovis Unified, which is their first and last name followed by the last 3 digits of their ID number at CUSDstudent.com. Once students use that account, they can easily log into a Google Classroom. So I'm in my Google Classroom and you can see I've made announcements already, but if I wanted to add an announcement, I simply select this plus button and click create announcement. Now you have to think of an announcement just like it's something that you would share in class. It's not an assignment where students are turning something in, it's just something informational that you want them to be exposed to. I can type a message in this section if I want to and simply select post. So if I were to type today in class, we will discuss of mice and men, since that is our next text coming up. I can select post now if I want to. I could also attach documents to it. So if I have a document from my computer, I can simply drag it and find it here. Or I can select documents from my Google Drive account. So I can pick anything and go ahead and add it. I also have the option of uploading YouTube videos, so if I wanted to do a video search for Of Mice and Men videos, I can find the video I want, select add, and then students would be asked to watch this. I can also add links to websites. So for example, let's say I wanted to find something on John Steinbeck and have my students read about him. Maybe I select the biography.com, copy the URL, paste it right here, and select add, and now students would have this link to access. The other neat thing about this announcement feature is I can send the message to more than one class. So let's say I need to send it to all of my English 9 classes, it sends an announcement individually to each class's page. Again, if I don't want to yet post it, I can simply exit. And what will happen is you now see I have a draft. And so it says right here, today in class, if I want to edit the draft, I just click on it. If I want to delete the draft, I simply select delete. Now the difference between an announcement and an assignment is that an assignment requires that students actually turn in work. So for example, I walk through the same process and I select create assignment. So I'm going to title this assignment, This I Believe, and perhaps you type out a description of the assignment. Normally what I do is I have files uploaded into my Google Drive and I would attach the file. So for example, 9th grade English, perhaps it's I'll just use a random document for the sake of time. This PDF of instructions, even though this is a grammar handout. I would select my document, and then I have a couple of options. This says students can view file. Now, what this means is students can only look at the file. However, I can make an option where students can edit the file. This means there's still only one document, but every student can edit that one document. Most of the time, this isn't the feature we want. We oftentimes want the make a copy for each student. If I select this option, what Google Classroom does is sends a copy of this document right here to every student's Google Drive account. Every student then has a blank copy, and they're able to work within that blank copy to complete the assignment. The beautiful thing about this is that students then have a clean copy. So it's almost the same as if you were to make hard copies and distribute them to every student, except you're giving them the platform to do it digitally. Again, I can add what other classes I want to share this to. I could attach a YouTube video or a link to a website where I want students to use that information to help complete the assignment. But once I'm ready to assign it, I simply select Assign. For our example, I'm going to delete my draft. I'm going to show you what an actual assignment looks like. So if I select over here my teaching assignments, you can see I have two columns, to review and reviewed. So these are all the assignments that I've actually already graded and gone through and given points to, and these are the ones that I still need to review. The nice thing about Google Classroom is it tells me how many of my students have completed the assignment and how many have yet to still complete the assignment. So I'm going to give you an example from my reviewed section. With my Honors English students, we write a This I Believe essay. So the nice thing is it tells me which students have completed the assignment late. It also gives me the option of grading within. So for example, if I were to select this student, I could click the link to their document and then leave comments. Now, the very first time students submit the assignment, it actually locks their copy within Google Drive. So this student right here will be unable to access this essay until I select the return option. So once I've graded the essay, I can click right here and select return, and it'll send it back to where she's able to edit it. So you can see already that it says she has returned it. You can also see the submission history. What this means is we could have a ongoing dialogue between the student and I. The student can submit an assignment, I grade it and return it, then the student can resubmit it. So for example, if I were to come all the way down here, you see these students have yet to submit their assignment. It says late. Once they submit their assignment, then I'm able to select the student. This now becomes white. I can select return, and then they can get the assignment back. I can also assign different point values depending on what I want, and I can also email the students directly if I so desire. So there's lots of options for what you can do in terms of assigning assignments within Google Classroom, but this is a short and quick tutorial on how to assign assignments in Google Classroom.